All right, coming up next, it is soul food that's not going to weigh you down. Fried tilapia, mac and cheese, and black-eyed peas. Coming up, soul food's most popular dishes done healthy. We'll be right back.
You don't usually hear soul food and healthy mentioned in the same sentence there, but Robert Ferguson, CEO of Diet Free Life, is trying to change that. He joins us now to share some tips on making soul food better for your body without losing the taste. And I mean, when you think of soul food, I'm thinking hush puppies, I'm thinking black-eyed peas and
fried okra.
Fried okra. How do you do this and not, you know, put on the pounds?
Well, the first goal is to maintain the integrity of the food and the culture. So you can eat foods that we love, right? Favorite foods, if you tweak it just a little bit, you can actually make it where it's closer to nature, and it tastes great, but yet it's doing more for your body, so it's nurturing. The same way as soul food should be.
And it doesn't just go for soul food, right? Doesn't it go for all food? Just tapping into
But oftentimes people think that if it's soul food, you can't eat it anymore, especially if you want to lose weight.
Yeah.
But I've helped thousands of people lose weight eating everything like black-eyed peas. And so all the things that I will cover, just so that you know, and those out there, if they want the recipe, they can go to mydietfreelife.com. It's free. So my goal is to give them ideas on how they can enjoy their favorite dishes, make them healthier, and not lose the flavor.
All right, what are we making? What are we working on?
Well, we got my favorite is black-eyed peas.
Who doesn't love black-eyed
Which are extremely high in fiber, high in protein, and absolutely delicious. And most people only eat black-eyed peas during the beginning of the year.
Do they take? What's the consistency? Is it more like a bean? Is it?
It's like a pea. It's not a bean. It's more of a pea. Rarely do you get the opportunity to get them. Like for instance, if you go to some of the popular stores like Whole Foods right now, they're so seasonal that you can't get them.
Oh, really? Okay.
But what I do is if you get these, you soak them overnight, ideally, and then what you want to do to keep that flavor so it is delicious, instead of adding ham hock, what I do is I'll take like meatless bacon bits, and I have some right here, and I toss about 3 tablespoons in there when I'm cooking them really slow, and then on top of that, I'll throw in some of my favorite seasonings, and believe it or not, you have a delicious, fat-burning black-eyed pea that you can enjoy and not be concerned about gaining weight.
That's and so what a great idea. The bacon bits that are the
bacon
fake
bits,
ones.
and you get the flavors there, and it all works out.
I don't believe you on this one. I'm sorry. You know what? You're gonna prove this to me.
Well, I'm gonna throw in some butter.
Okay.
And butter is a good thing. Oftentimes people aren't eating butter. Some of the best chefs in the world.
Why does butter get a bad name?
Well, because people look at it as fats, and we now know that we want to eat fat. We want to eat healthy fats, and I'm actually using an alternative to regular butter, which you could use regular butter, which is earth balanced, which is high in omega-3 fatty acids. So it helps reduce inflammation, so you have that benefit. Okay. So I'm keeping the butter because it comes with a ton of flavor, and then I'm going to throw in a little bit of milk.
Okay. Whole milk, skim milk?
You know what? Go with your choice. I mean, most recently they discovered that people who consume whole milk actually are leaner compared to people who are drinking skim milk.
Really? Well, and that brings up an actually interesting point that I want to mention.
Now go for
it. People who go out on these diet fads and they spend all this money on all of this stuff that's designed to be a diet. It's this, it's that, it's this powder or this thing, and they're spending all this cash on it. You don't need to do that, do you?
No, you don't. You can eat the foods that are right in front of you. You can literally eat fast food. You can eat organic food. It's all about how you eat the food. So if you eat in the right combinations and, of course, the right amounts, meaning I don't say eat a whole pizza right before bed.
Really?
But
I can't do that?
You can still have pizza. And as you can see, I'm throwing in like a mixed cheese here, which is absolutely delicious.
So it's a little butter, it's a little cheese, and some milk.
And this is kid-friendly. My 2 daughters absolutely love it.
By the way, I have the taste buds of a 7-year-old, so it's Josh-friendly, too. So.
And it's fat-burning.
Really?
Yes. See, what happens is when you add the pasta, which is a carb, when you have it with the cheese and the fat and cheese will actually slow down how fast the carb becomes sugar in the blood. Really? So for a diabetic, this is ideal. It's an easy way to keep your body in fat-burning mode, eating foods that you love. And as that kind of melts, here's my pasta. So I went with some basic macaroni, elbows.
How do you feel about?
And I did wash my hands, by the way.
How do you feel about whole grain pastas?
Well, you know what? There's no big difference. You're looking at a bump of fiber if you go with whole grain. But with this pasta, if you look for something that's made with semolina or durum pasta, that's going to be higher in protein and higher in fiber. And even though it's white, it still works out right.
Okay.
You like that?
I like that. That was pretty good.
So as I would mix this in, and one of the things that you can do as you make it real cheesy and delicious is you can actually take this and throw it in like a casserole bowl, put it in the oven, and get that browning that you want.
Okay.
And so it's quick. It's ideal for a
And
single person.
It's simple enough.
That's simple.
So I'm going to bake that, and that'll be that.
And at the end of the day, you have a creamy mac and cheese. This is what I call a fast carb. I'm going to combine that with my black-eyed peas, which is a slow carb.
Right.
And the only thing I'm missing now is my protein.
And what are we doing for that?
Let's move down the yellow brick road.
Shall we?
So we have some tilapia, which is a favorite in the South.
Fish, yeah.
If you're going to get tilapia, it does help if you get it from a place like a Whole Foods.
Okay.
Mainly because of how the tilapia is groomed.
Really?
So when I go southern, I'll get my tilapia there. What you're looking for is a tilapia that is not fed with a lot of hormones and fed with chicken poop and some of the negatives that you hear about tilapia.
Okay.
But you can get good tilapia, and Whole Foods just happens to be one of the sources you can go to.
Okay.
So I'm not endorsing them. I'm just saying.
But you're looking, go to a place to get some good fresh tilapia.
Now, what's cool here is that I actually am buttering this tilapia with purified butter, like ghee.
Okay.
Because ghee has a higher smoke temperature, meaning that I can fry this and not be concerned with the negatives that people actually point at when it comes to fried food.
Okay.
So the ghee is going to help me. It's going to maintain that butter flavor. And again, this recipe is available at mydietfreelife.com. And then I have my blackened.
And it's really thin. It's a very it's not a very heavy, you know.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And it's delicious. Very high in protein.
Okay.
It has healthy omegas in it, as far as for someone who's looking at reducing inflammation.
I got another couple seconds. So what is real quickly? What's the oil you're using?
This is probably the most important part of the whole.
Peanut oil.
Peanut oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil. You want to go with refined oil because it has a higher smoke temperature. The worst thing someone can do who wants to fry food, if they want to be healthy, is to go with olive oil or like grapeseed oil because it changes chemical structure and you get free radicals, and that's not what we want.
Great tip. All right, for more information, you heard him talk about this diet-free life, just head to our website, kkl9.com, click on Seen on TV. Thank you so much, Robert. This is fantastic.
And we're going to make this.
I love it. Get fired up right now.